Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek Jain, and in this video I'm gonna explain you how you can use the existing models which are meant dedicatedly for supporting a coding related activities, right? So let's quickly jump into the setup part. What all tools you need to set up so that you have those coding based large language models set up on your machine so that you can utilize them on your day-to-day work, right? So you have to use the first tool is Olama and Misty. These are the two tools, and if you have not yet watched my video, so there are two videos on which I have explained in very detail like how you can install a Olama, how can you use it, how can you install a Misty, and how you can use it. But here in this video, the main intention is to just explain you how you can set up the publicly available large model which are dedicatedly trained and designed for the coding assistance, right? So you have to just go to the Olama, then you have to click on models, right? And then you can search for like coding. Okay. So once you do that, you can see there are a lot of, DeepSeek R1, Y Coder, Open Coder, right? So there are so many, which are, if you just click on them, you can just find out that, okay, it seems like, there are a lot of publicly available tools. So what you can do is you can just, download any one of them, and you can start using it, right? So I just use this because I have did some research on that, and similarly you can also do the same thing. You can just click on that. Some important thing is you have to see, how frequently, how recently it was updated. It was updated 2 months ago, and you can just also check for the pulls as well, because that pull number of pulls and this, how frequently this is being updated, that would give you the sense how actively these large models are being updated and changed over the period of time. Because as much as this is having, more parameters, it would be giving you the more uh, proper assistance, right? Which can be a very useful pointer for you, right? So the same is how many, what size you want to pick. It's completely depend upon what kind of machine you want to set up. Based on that, you can you decide, which model you want. Like, how many parameter based model you want. The 7B, which is 4.7 GB, and it requires, at least 6.66 to 6.5 GB of RAM available. But if it is not that much, then you have to, look for the zero point 0.5B or 1.5B. Right. So I have already, you can click here, you can Olama run and this Qn 2.5 coder, and it will first download and it will set up for you within a Olama, right? Or if you just want to, only download it, then all you need to do is Olama, then pull, right? So all you need is, let me just do this. So you can hit on, Olama, and here you can see this pull. What this pull is going to do, it's actually just going to download only. It's not going to run, right? The another tool which you will be needing is Misty. That for that also I have explained in my few videos which I published, in the past, and I can just provide the link in the description so you can just refer them as well in case. Because but setting up a Olama and Misty, it's so easy, right? So once you have a Misty and Olama upload installed on your machine, and you have downloaded any of the coder assistance model from your Olama, right? And then you are good to use. And as I mentioned in my previous video, Olama, once you have a Misty installed, then Misty is able to, automatically detect Olama, so you should be good there, right? So once you open a Misty, then you can see here, all the Olama based pull model, right? So here I'm going to use this Quint 2.5. Let me first close this and let me reopen it. MSTY. Okay, so it's now using Quint 2.5 Coda 1.5, right? So now we can ask any question, whatever we want, right? So let me ask, okay, please share Python code through which I can create TLS certificates. Okay, so now we can see it just provided us the code, like I mean what we can do, right? Creating a TLS certificate in Python involves using OpenSS library, blah blah blah, and then this looks good. So it's very good for your starting point, like how you can do it, right? Cool. Right. So now we can ask any other question. How we can test the code shared for previous previous request. See if it can remember the context. It's trying to just generating to test the code, but let's assume that's generate both CA and client. Cool. This really looks good. So if you don't have any kind of experience in past for TLS certificate, you can just use this as a coding assistant, right? So we were able to generate the code. We were able to request for, creating a test layer. Okay. What next? So once we have got the code, we tested it out. Now we want, okay, how to create a Docker image for the code and test along with publishing to Docker Hub. So the next thing is we got the code, we tested out. Now we want to just build an image so that we can just push it to the Docker Hub. Cool. This looks good. So we got a Docker file. And now it's giving us a Docker command as well. So see, it's very easy, right? So we have the entire thing set up in our machine, and we don't have to worry about for internet connection and all those kind of stuff. It's completely running in my local, and it's so much powerful, right? And what next? Once you have a Docker image, then you want to just deploy it. So let's ask how to deploy how to deploy the created image on Kubernetes with mini. So it can be verified in local first before deploying to any higher level. Cool. It's telling us how we can do that, right? So see, earlier for all these kind of stuff, what we have to do, we have to Google it out, we have to find out the code, but we were not able to get the entire code. We have to write it by ourselves, get into the problems. We have to search for those problems, but see how much helpful these tools are. But just see, I just using 1.5 billion base, but if you just go back to this model, right? Just think about it. If you will be using a 32 billion based large language model, just see what kind of precise response you will be getting. But to run those kind of higher parameter based large language model, you really need a very high number of RAM and the number of CPUs, right? So because these large language models are very resource extensive, right? But in my opinion, if you just go by these 7 billion or 14 billion, I mean, if those kind of large language models are helping you to just do your day-to-day work, I think you can be golden, right? The other thing, what you can do is, this is just one, right? But I love to explore as many as tool I can, right? So this one is just my favorite one, the Qwen 2.5 coder, but you can use any one and you can just search for code, right? And if you just see the code, right, then it says that, okay, code llama, it's updated 6 months ago, so it's already 6 month old. 5 months ago, 7 months ago, right? 15 months. So it seems like, I mean, updated 3 months ago, right? So you can just see the smallest model in the Coherce R series delivered top tier speed, efficiency, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this one is 2 months, 13 months, five. Which one? Mr. Large, right? So stable code. So it's completely up to you now. You can just try with all these, different large language models, and you can just try. I mean, and see which one is helping you a lot, right? Because it's in local. Once you just download it, so it's just a one-time effort which you have to put to just set up all these kind of stuff. So that's it. That's it from my side. If you have any feedback or any suggestion, just feel free to just ask me in the description, or you can send me an email as well, and I would love to help you on all those kind of stuff. So thanks for watching this, and as always, stay healthy and keep learning a new thing.